8 times snakes messed with the wrong cat. Sometimes in life we make mistakes, but thankfully most of our mistakes don't cost us our lives. The same can't be said of every single opportunity. It's kind of amazing actually, from a determined mama cat to Jackie Chan's Kung Fu Kitty. Let's take a look at 8 times snakes messed with the wrong cat. Number 8. Guard cat. How long do you think a cat would stand guard against a snake? 5 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds? Well, fair guesses apparently. The answer is significantly longer. Turns out that cats are just as good at protecting their home and loved ones as dogs. They just don't like to show it much in Bhubaneswar, India. This cat happened to spot a cobra sneaking toward its home. Well, just like any other good pet, this cat refuses to sit and allow his family to suffer at the slithery mercy of a snake. So, he decided to take a stand. Literally, the cat stood guard for the next 30 minutes, preventing the cobra from making any kind of movement toward the house. Even when the cobra began lashing out at the cat, he just refused to budge even an inch. Nobody is getting inside that house, nobody. Eventually, the cat's owner called the snake helpline for assistance, and a volunteer arrived to rescue the cobra. The cat was rightly hailed as a hero for the way he protected his family, and the snake was safely released into a natural habitat outside the city. Nobody was injured, which is perhaps all the proof you need that this cat is basically a superhero. Number 7. Lady and the Cat. So far we've seen a lot of videos of cats catching and fighting against snakes from a distance, but we haven't really seen anything close up. Well, rest assured, we have footage that will clear it all up. There's no David Attenborough, but well, I'm pretty close. This snake thought he was so clever. He thought he could just slink right in undetected and enjoy whatever he happened to find there. Guess again, buddy. As soon as this cat found out what was going on, he leapt into action to put an end to it, put an end to the snake. I mean, the footage is kind of funny in a way. There's something about the way the snake looks into the lens that has that you're probably wondering how I got into this situation kind of vibe. But believe me, the snake is not having a good time between the two of them. The cats managed to put an end to the snake and even had a lady and the spaghetti moment to go right along with it. Honestly, of all the things I expected to see in these videos, 2 cats sharing an intimate moment while eating a snake. Number 6. Cat in a box. This one's going to be short, sweet, and it will come to you all neatly prepped in a box. I'm talking about this adorable little kitty, of course. Unfortunately, we can't always have nice things, and this snake has decided that the snake is a perfect vulnerable meal. So, what happens next? Does the cat just allow itself to die at the hands of the snake, or does the snake get a real whoopin'? I think we all know the answer to that question, don't we? Before the snake can even get into the box, the cat is already there swiping away at the little brat, and every time the snake gets close enough to strike, it just takes even more aggressive hits to the face. Honestly, he kind of has it coming, all things considered. It's so weird when you try to eat other animals. They don't seem to like it. How about that? Honestly, I don't think you'll find anybody who thinks this snake didn't have it coming. You try and attack a vulnerable cat in a box, and you deserve every ounce of punishment coming your way, my friend. I don't make the rules, but I sure do like saying them aloud. Number 5. Cat and Viper. The viper prides itself on having one of the fastest attacks in the animal kingdom. But sometimes, a claim like that just attracts all the wrong creatures. Creatures who will do anything to prove that you are totally wrong. When this cat found a viper lying on the floor, he decided that he would take the opportunity to prove how much better he was. So, the cat began gently jabbing at the snake, proving one of his great advantages. The cat can make a bunch of jabs and hooks from varying angles, but the snake, well, the snake only has one attack, the lunge, and if you miss a lunge, it's quite unfortunate in this fight. The snake was far too defensive to be in with a shot at winning. Of course, it never really had a shot at winning given how extremely well prepared and agile the cat was, even with all of the many distractions in the world. The cat remains focused on one thing and one thing only, winning even when it seems all is lost. The cat will continue to jab and scratch and swipe until he finally achieves the sweet taste of victory, which tastes surprisingly a lot like snake. Number 4. Cat tag team. What's worse than a snake trying to take on a cat? A snake trying to take on 4 cats at once. It's a truly horrific idea that will end badly. There's just no way that you win here, my friend, no way at all. Of course, many legends in history have gone down swinging in the face of certain deaths, but still there's a certain sense of reluctant acceptance of their fate. Not this guy. The snake truly thought that it could win against a team of 4 cats refusing to back down or slink away. If it's even good instead, he doubles down and commits to standing his ground. Luckily for him, these cats aren't interested in killing him and decide to let him live, but I'm sure this was a pretty shocking lesson for him. Don't mess with a gang of cats. Bad idea, or at least it's a bad idea to us. There's no such thing as a bad idea in the animal kingdom. That's why so many animals will end up unintentionally walking into their own death because of the very vague promise of some free food. Life has a way of just disappointing you and your taste buds sometimes, doesn't it? Number 3, the humble Serval. And now, we're making a return visit to our old buddy, the Serval. It seems that this time he's found a snake on the side of the road on purpose, but what exactly is he gonna do with it? I think you already know the answer to that question. Obviously, the Serval is going to do everything he can to try and kill the snake. Even a Serval has to eat, but the way that the Serval goes about it is distinctly less than the cool calculated killing style of other animals. It looks more like a human when we're trying to catch something before it falls, which is to say a lot of frantic swiping. Luckily, the Serval is agile, quick, and more than willing to take the time to actually finish the job that it starts, which is more than can be said for humans. The Serval's dedication to the cause means that he succeeds very quickly, possibly the quickest of any animal on this list, and finally he gets to enjoy the succulent taste of snake. After all, he's earned it. He had to put in the effort to get it all prepared in the first place. Number 2, Mother Cat Pounces. When you're a mother, you'll do anything you have to in order to protect your babies, even if that means you go out and take on a sinister-looking snake. That's what this mom had to do, and she really committed to her kids after a short period of just staring down the snake, trying to figure out if it was indeed a threat. The cat makes a decision. It's too much of a risk to leave this snake wandering around. She swipes at it and does it again, something the snake clearly doesn't like, but the cat remains unfazed even when the snake begins lashing out at the cat. She remains focused on what is best for her babies. Soon, the snake is mortally wounded, but the cat isn't finished. It's not over until the snake is completely eliminated, which of course it quickly is. It's hard to know if the snake was ever actually posing a threat to the cat or her babies, but in this case, the cat thought it would be best to take the guy out. Anyway, I guess some of you might think the cat was wrong. Others likely think it was the snake who was out of line. Either way, the snake is officially at action and the mama cat can rest easy. Number 1, Bobcat vs. Rattlesnake. Alright, place your bets who wins in the battle between a bobcat and a rattlesnake. Do not let the title influence your decision, even though it's obviously accurate. Okay, fine. So, the whole betting system is ruined. Let's just forget about that and take a look at how the bobcat won. This bobcat was just going about its business, roaming around in the jungle, when he bumped into a rattlesnake. Now obviously, we humans would run in the opposite direction if that happened, but the bobcat, well, he's just built different. The bobcat immediately jumped into battle, giving the rattlesnake a fight to end all fights, despite the snake giving back as good as it's got. It just wasn't enough to win. The bobcat lands a fatal bite to the head and the snake is pretty much out of the fight entirely. Honestly, this was just an open and shut when the second that bobcat saw the snake. It was all over when it comes to cats like this. The snake only has the element of surprise. Once that's gone, it's highly unlikely that they even have a slight chance of winning, and if you get bitten in the head behind an animal with teeth and jaws like the bobcat, say goodbye to life.